like walking disco balls. Ah, that's a really fun wordplay choice. I see. You're able to pick up on of a lot of the elements that really do stand on the fixed cam. You're able to see them really, really well here. Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield and I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States, and we're here taking a look at LNGSHOT's Moonwalkin. We got the music video and the fixed cam dance practice. I knew waiting on it would happen, and it's here, so I'm really happy to be looking at this now. I'm ready, I hope you are. Let's go. 시간이 계속 뒤척여 우리 남아도 계속 모아게 나 이대로도 괜찮지만 널 대답은 아직 불확실해. I need you too much. I need you too much. 시간이 계속 뒤척여 우리 남아도 계속 모아게 나 이대로도 괜찮지만 무슨 말이든 해줘 빨리. I need you too much. Oh, they're like walking disco balls. Is he the reason why this track has gotten really, really, really popular? Because he sounds just like pre-puberty Justin Bieber. I swear. When he said baby, I said... So obviously if Simon says it, then it's fine. Simon knows all. The song's really, really nice. Walking. Crazy. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I do know that a few of our, like, they're all teenagers. So if my individual who sounds like pre-puberty Justin Bieber, if he himself has not gone through puberty yet, how is his how is his tone going to be adjusted for future tracks? Because that's a huge component in the Boys Story marathon I'm in right now, because they are all children for the majority of that that whole track we're on. It's very fascinating, and that's a component that when you debut people really young, you have to navigate, and you know, I have my own feelings personally about really young and teenagers, people who are not able to advocate for themselves legally because of age. I'm always very hesitant on them being in any form of the music, Hollywood, film, any type of industry professionally in that way, because, you know, the industry's gnarly, right? So, okay, we're going to look at the fixed cam and then we're going to go from there. It makes me so curious, truly, like, how will this song change as they get older and they're growing and their tones are different? That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. But it's interesting how they chose to moonwalk. That's giving Destiny Child. Say my name, say my name. Moonwalkin. I like the tool of auto-tune being used. It's always fun. That was fun. Ah, that's a really fun wordplay choice. Saint Simon Says, and you all do the thing. Stop. Cool. I like the shifts here with that little. TikToking, walking. Okay. Now, I do know they have a performance version, which we'll probably look at after this because I want to talk about the dance, the framing, formations, transitions here because it's a fixed cam, and then we'll look to see how camera supplements some of the things that we talk about. But let me go. We're going to probably put it at 0.75. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. From the top. So glad I waited for a fixed cam because we get to actually look at the dance. Woo! For what it is. So we start off with the walks. Each member walks at their own timing, meaning that you have it where everyone gets their own little moment to transition across. I like that. They all take a little pause to do the moonwalk. Now, what's fascinating about their moonwalks, I would say that it's probably closer to what a moonwalk is compared to what people reference a moonwalk. Because what the standard back glide motion that a lot of people associate the term moonwalk to is called a backslide. And what they're doing is more rotational, which is what a moonwalk more so equates to on the gliding side. Now, go be curious about this. Go do your own research. Go talk to your own people. Because that's what everything that I say in reference to techniques or histories or cultures, and a lot of those things are based off of people who have lived in the culture, who have lived in those spaces, and I've had those conversations or I've done my research in those fields, but also it is subject to change depending on, you know, more conversations that take place. So keep that in mind. Everything's an open book. We're here for open discussion. So yeah, there you go. So I found that so interesting that was a component of this dance. I was expecting a straight on backslide, but no, they rotated it. And that was cool. They speed change it. They do your moving it forward. I like the speed change. I like that he twinkles the fingers in. I'm gonna have to go 0.5 because I'm trying to avoid pausing too much. We're gonna go back here. Okay. Time keeps on TikTok, and you would associate that to TikTok, the social media side too. That could be a twofold kind of wordplay choice, but I like that. We might just keep on moonwalking, and I like the slide down, and he brings the arm forward or the leg forward, and it goes whoo. I like the look to the side. The heads on the music video were really cool. They do a nice little heel with a brush on the arms, pressing them down to hitting them through. Nice syncopation on that. We end up having a bounce to change the dynamic of what we just encountered. The claps are recognized because of the physical clap. They're hitting everything with the directions there. See, look, that tongue is out. He is living his life. When this is out, you like what you're doing. That's just most of the time is really when you see that. So they take it, the formation, I like how they expanded it. I like how they're giving love to all sides because that can work very well depending on what kind of stage you're navigating through. Because if you're navigating an extended stage, that gives you more options to reach more of your fans that way. Time keeps on talking. I like the clap there. The pass off between different members into the da 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 da, because their tones are different, it does allow for it to resonate differently, where you can kind of pick your poison on preference on what you like to hear. And like the trace on that, they end up sending it across and out, bringing it in, little chest isos. It's not little, but there's a triple bass, boom, 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 and they travel it from the head to the chest. I need you, of course, the point to us. Need you too much, opening it up, and I like the toss away to where it looked like he controlled the rest of the members, even if they weren't controlled at all. So that was a fun feature moment where when you have a feature, making a choice that deviates from what the choreography is, regardless of where you are in your direction, they do very well whenever it does complement or it looks like you're controlling the environment of those behind you to where it's still connected. So I like moments like that. Good tension. They rotated. I like how they all dipped it a little bit before they transition out. So you kept your outlier very much an outlier in the feature. Way easier. I like they tossed it. I like the little pass ups. So like da da. So everyone needs to have a little extra moment in the back, but you have your moment right here. It's interesting that we chose a bright blue beanie when our color palette is so not that at all. I mean, maybe whatever this tape is up here, but I may act foolish sometimes. And special shout out always to the fact that they have English subtitles in their dance practices. Thank you very much for that. But I always got dreams in my head. Tap on that is cool. They take the arms up, good tension. They hit it, bass, bass, bass. So I like the full downs right there to recognize the basses. But it was different than what we saw before because they went and internalized it. This time it was extremity bass. That was cool. And the pocket's still light. The pullbacks are nice. They send it in. Little toss back. Now they are not together in the sense of they're not going to be known for synchronicity. Do they need to? No. We have so many groups like that. We also have a lot of groups that are known for individuality. So they kind of can pick their poison on what direction they want to go in. Most of the time when you see a group in a rookie era, you see them have this crazy energy output in which both them and a few other groups that I've noticed with this type of discography that I've heard so far in the Gen 5 space, they don't approach it the same way as I'm going so full and so focused and so clean from the jump. And I find that very interesting. It's something I'm like logging in the back of my head to see if that's just an oncoming trend of shift in the rookie era space for boy groups, or if it's just, you know, based on the type of discography you as a group are choosing to pursue as artists. So, it danced like I don't care. I like the clap on that. Then it looks like a pass off there. Moonwalking like Michael Jackson. I like the tee-hee little moment there where you had your feature. He had 3 points of accents behind him. Love that choice to keep everybody involved. Now, this part here, it was rotated now. Did they full on glide it? No, that's fine. But the fact they rotated it, I was really surprised by. And then we have Simon Said I'm Gonna Make It. It really, gosh, that really threw me off. I was wondering why the song really popped off. I knew the song was in one case, but then I was hearing the name Justin Bieber thrown around. I'm like, how? And then I heard it and I go, ah! And I connected the dots. We're there. I get it. So curious. I need to know, like, if he is going to, if he's gone through puberty yet. And you can tell when somebody has. I think it's like the development of the Adam's apple, but then also, I mean, sometimes voices don't drop. I don't know. Height, of course, growth spurts, that kind of stuff. I don't know. But yeah, just, I'm very curious if we're going to experience a comeback with the group and you can hear such a tone shift. And we're like, ah, puberty's entered the chat. Because that's what I've had to do for a couple of groups, which is just an interesting thing entirely. Anyway, but you have it. Stay by my side. I like that you have 2 of your members join to be on either side of him, so he's not alone. Look at that. And they go the baby, they present, and I like the isolation on that. They pull. I like the accents with the wrist. He gets it. He gets low high, and then they end up bouncing. He goes ha ha. That's fun. Maybe I'm all in right now. 3-step turn. Speed change is nice. Little head nods, cool. Little body roll. What kind of body roll is that? Okay, so some of them are choosing to take it. The initiation of the wave starts at the knees, and then they travel it up to letting the head be that final punctuation on it, which is cool. I do like our feature getting to have his own little free moment. With that, we didn't quite have a lot of clarity. Could it be because of the fits, possibly covering up the torso in that transition of energy from the knees to the hips to the core, chest, head. With waving and with a lot of street dance, you want to have clarity in your choices because part of it is the illusion side of it. And you do know what's really cool and charming about Michael Jackson is his usage of Campbell locking and popping boogaloo elements, which is why having, you know, like a body roll or a wave in it or a pop or having, you know, a form of Campbell locking in really does help with the essence of it. Even though they don't Campbell lock, that's fine, but they're more on the boogalooing hybrid popping side here, which I think is really cool. They end up bringing it down. The little say my name, please tell me you did not think of Destiny's Child when you heard that, because that's what I thought of. The speed changes are fun. They slide it in. Don't be bothered anymore by those lames. Oh yeah. So they speed change again. So that is their best friend in this, is the land of the speed change, meaning you go from really fast to really slow and there's tension in the choice. I like the little gun moment. So they take it, they slide, and then the arms go up and they reset it and they go fold with the wrists on there, but your answer's still up in the air, and they end up punching and they toss it, and then he sends it, little salute. They're bouncing it. Notice that now we're facing towards the inside versus everybody facing the front, and then they're taking it corner to corner. So I like that we did a repackage on that. Clap down, up. They present it up. I like, too, that we're not really ever covering up another member. With a group of 4, you can be very susceptible to that if you're wanting to create a diamond. And if they cover somebody up, it's functional. So I think that's great. Rigidness on that is really fun. When they hit it with the chest, locking up the core in order to make that happen. And then they take the leg, they send it in. I like the direction change there with the bringing it across. The kicks are nice. I like that we send it back, and then we end up walking out of that. Yep, a lot of walking. A lot of forwards walking, a little bit of gliding backwards, little things like that. I think it's fun. Anything quickly. I like the turn, and then they all turn. Well, he turns with his hand, so that's another way of a subtle gesture causing a big response. I need you too much. They walk, he's walking backwards. Great contrast. Then you have the head. I like the head having a little moment with the leg as they go and turn out of it. Little step touch. Too much. It's cool. We do it about 4 times, just simple steps. And then we do that moonwalkin. Same thing as what we saw, but instead of it going more on one plane, two-dimensional, they've now created depth to it, going front back on it. It's cool. New feature alert. I feel like I'm walking on the moon. Now we have some rigidness in that torso before we move out of it. Here we go. Inhale and levitate the balloon. Then they have everything up. They inflate it, and then they're chilling out of it. Very gesture organic base, which is fun. I like that. This part, I'm surprised no one stuck their tongue out for that. That's exactly what I would be doing, because that's just what it feels like when you fill in yourself like that. It was fun. He brings it up. They hit it, bounce out of it. There's nothing left to buy. I got what I need, little baby. And so they open it up with the knees and the fullness, going more in that second position where it's more spread out towards, well, if you put your arms up to your shoulders, your legs are by your elbows. So that's nice and full. The toss back on that. I like the fullness and density of content here because it really helps us appreciate the speed changes, but this will be more impactful because you have so much more to digest in a very short amount of time compared to what we've been exposed to for the first half of it. I like that we go heel dig over with the toss, hop on and let's ride the wheel, tension, and we're riding on it. I don't know how many of them are even old enough for their driver's license, which I find to be fun. Now, hopefully my guy in front has a driver's license. That would make that really fun, but it would also be really funny if the youngest was in front. Anyway, time is ticking. Little things like that I could think could be really funny on a choreographic side, but just go straight to the plays. So they end up crossing with a ball change, which I really like to help continue that transition. Place you've never been. We build the arm and we toss it. He turns. I like that they're frozen. He has his own little moment. His turn out of that is fun. I feel like I've seen that turn before. It could be something that I've seen Michael Jackson do, this turn situation. I don't know, but it's cool. It's notable. It's something that I like. It was nice that we had everybody pause so we could really appreciate it. There's that hallelujah. The little shoulders on that is cool. It says, now Simon said I'm going to make it. If you know Simon Says, I don't know if they're talking about Simon Dominique. I'm just teasing though, but when Simon says that you have a, oh my gosh, when somebody does something, you say, Simon says do this, you do the thing or you're out, right? And then if you don't say Simon says, you just say do this, and then they do it, they're out. It's that game, if you've ever played it. And then he goes, we're going to make it. They turn, and guess what? They're all going to do the same thing together. Oh, love it. So they rotate it. I like the weight being put on the back of the foot here. That's what is able to get that knee more leverage to be able to move from side to side. And I like the hands matching that. It makes it more of a full body experience without using the full body to do it. Or stay by my side like a good head. I literally put that in a dance a couple weeks ago where you have somebody, you have these points, and then you have those responding with heads in a lower level. It's a really nice way of showcasing more fullness through usage of an isolation. And it also recognizes certain parts of your music through quantity of people to justify it. I like the little bounce on that. It's cool. They hit it up, down, and we have this, well, no way, Jose, with the step. They double it up. I like that they send the body up on the second one, causing that to help them transition back to a diagonal. They were already in a diagonal, but having it go back out to more of a centered formation. Woo-wah. They hit it. The reverb down is nice, or the bounce down is nice. Little tss. Now this part, there's a new addition to the track. Boom. So it looks like we have a tap of the foot with the hands to complement that. I really like that section. It's a cool musicality moment. Yeah, and the shoulders are cool. So some things that I'm noticing with them are going to be speed changes, lingering moments in risk-taking of their speed changes through the form of balancing, which is what we see there. I saw that in Saucin as well. Yes, I've seen Saucin. It's already on YouTube. Go enjoy it. And then I do know they have another track out. I'm waiting on a dance practice, and then we can enjoy it together. But then also having the shoulders, a lot of subtle isolations of head and shoulders. Which I think all of that is very productive and fun, and you can do a lot with all of that information. The hinge is nice as we walk it back. And they look. I like the look because it helps tie back in what we ended up seeing in the music video. Time keeps tick-tocking. We might just keep on moonwalking. The point up is nice. They go, what? They're moving out. He's subtle. They press it down, and they bring it in. back to what we ended up seeing in the first course. Picking it back, sending it down, nice fullness, we're grounded there. And then we have our arm with a little tick-tock in. Now, every time we've seen them tick-tock in here, we're just tick-tock on a little clock. And then, like, the footwork is subtly different, whether it's through the framing or it's through the content itself. I like that we have our arms up, except for your feature, he has more of a shoulder. So it looks like he's being subtly controlled. And then he tosses it. I need you. Too much. And the leans, hit. Stepping it back. In this situation, you had somebody hidden away. Look, it's functional. He's like, look at our dance feature. He takes it, little accents. Has some patience. He sends it over to the other side. They knock it. They switch it out, rotating it. Have an intimacy more with the fingers, and then we use that to get sent down to the lower side. Turns into an add-on head ISO. Some are choosing to really use their range on that, meaning that, or really dive into a particular angle. Could be a flexibility thing, could be an outfit thing too. So it's turning into an add-on, which is really nice. They bring it up. I like the walk. This shows that less is more. Like, you can do a lot, and you can really get a point of a track across without having to do the most. And I think that is great. And it's not lazy either. None of this came across as we're just being lazy about it. It's a, what does the track call for? Did they commit to it? Whether it's through a transition, through a performance, through what they're wearing. You know, there should be so many components measured on that. I think this is very nice. Now, is this going to win Choreo of the Year? Probably not, but I don't think that's the point. I mean, the song itself it goes freaking hard by itself. It could probably compete and stack up in that way. But it's not the most complicated thing I've seen, and I don't mind that. And I like the fact that as soon as I said that, they did something more complicated. They set it back, head up, they hit it out, and you have this all that sounds getting hit, and I really like that we have our arms crossing over, sending it back, opening it up, using that as a pathway to create a thread with the head, then from there, settling it out with a little pot of beret, and then you have the send-off with your front feature to get everybody else torsos to be on the same page together. Then you have this glide through it. He's moving across. The look up is nice. They create more tension, create a little check mark there. They turn, and then they turn it into a diagonal. And then they send the arms down, up. You have this moment here, which is similar to what we ended up seeing before. So we have a lot of fingerprints of movements, meaning that you see certain parts or certain elements reintroduced with different contexts, which helps it create a familiarity and something to reference and hold on to within the track. And having the arms, the guns on that with the swing, they are looking up at the sky, all of them are, and then they look to us at the front. Arms press out, we end up crossing it, and then we have a fun finish, which is a simple head nod. Now, for my curiosity, I'm going to look at the performance version because that was the biggest dance exposure that most people have, because this did come out at the time of recording it about like 7 hours ago. So I love that I waited, but we're going to look at the performance version. Boom, we're here, turning it up, should be full speed. Let's go. 시간은 계속 뒤척여 우리 남아도 계속 Moonwalkin 나 이대로 또 괜찮지만 너의 대답은 아직 불확실해 I need you too much I need you too much 시간은 계속 뒤척여 우리 남아도 계속 Moonwalkin 나 이대로 또 괜찮지만 무슨 말이든 해줘 빨리 I need you too much I need you too much 느낌 몰래 Moonwalkin 가끔은 멍청하게도 머리는 항상 구거지 멈춘 적 없었죠 네 아직도 가벼운 주머니 상관없다는 듯한 눈으로 춤췄지 마이클 잭슨처럼 Moonwalkin Hallelujah sunset I'm gonna make it and then you have the it's an add-on, it's more clear there. I really like that part. I see. I see. You're able to pick up on of a lot of the elements that really do stand on the fixed cam. You're able to see them really, really well here. I like the fact we looked at the fixed cam first because it shows you the power of camera that can really help supplement some of the areas where we're just kind of vibing. The camera creates a pan, or it sets up our ability to be able to see it from a subtly different vantage point. And I do know they have a moving version. Because we looked at fixed cam, we have the performance version. It's fine, but I like that they had this and they shot it in like a one place and with one fit, because it does give more of a choreography focus, which I think is super cool. I think the choreography does well for camera for sure, because sometimes if you overcomplicate it, some things get lost in translation, or it can come across a bit messy, and it doesn't really allow the camera to do anything beneficial to the dance. But I like the fact that there's a happy medium that we're able to see here, which is cool. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm curious about your thoughts on the track, the dance itself, any component of this. What makes this notable to me is, of course, I would say it may sound similar to other people now that I think about it, of one of the vocalists sounding so nostalgic to me. Some of the references, Say My Name, the Simon Says reference. So I think the song has a lot of notable elements. The dance itself, the lack of doing the iconic moonwalk, I think was a really interesting twist to it. Because you would 1,000% assume they were going to do it. They never really did 100%. They did in the fingers in the music video. That's it. I loved that. But yeah, I'm very, very curious about y'all's thoughts. And do you think we're going to be experiencing a tone shift with the group because of their age and growing, and potentially having a voice drop? I don't know if we're past that point. No idea. But I'm just more sensitive to that because I'm looking at Boy Story right now. And if you know, that entire group was like 9, 10, 11 through 14 when they debuted, and all of them went through puberty. So it was very fascinating, still uncovering that myself. But you guys know me, I know you. I'm Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.